start recording. Okay, so I'm just going to keep you guys for short 5 to 10 minutes today. Okay, as you know, usually I like to start it easy at the beginning of the semester. So as usual, not much new information this time. I'm just going to give you my plan for the semester. Okay, and if you have anything to discuss, if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to ask your questions. You are more than welcome to comment on anything. Let's have a bit of a chat going on. All right, so if we prolong over 10 minutes into as long as we need with any of the things you want to have a chat about, that will be nice. All right, so let me start sharing the screen, share with you my plan for the semester. Let's see, where is my Moodle? Here's Moodle. So what is it? Is somebody else joining? Okay, nice. Jenny, let's turn on the camera. So going back to Moodle. Am I sharing it correctly? Do you guys see Moodle in front of you right now?
Yes, Professor.
Right, thanks. So the basics first. You already know the basics. This class is going to be very, very similar to Financial Management 1, both in the sort of topics that we discuss. We'll build up on the topics that we discussed last semester and continue into capital structure, cost of capital, and things like that. Okay, so those general finance related topics are kind of similar to Financial Management 1 last semester, and it's also similar in how we're going to run the class. It's an online class. We're going to meet, according to plan, we are only going to meet 3 times. Today, and then once before the midterm, and once before the final exam. So you have more chances to ask me questions before the exams, but perhaps we'll have like non-planned meetings as well, as we did last semester. I think the first couple of weeks we spent meeting live like this online. And if you would like to communicate with me in this way online rather than only watching the video lectures, video explanations, you can send me an email, shoot me an email. We can arrange for more of these sort of classes. Maybe a couple of weeks before the exams rather than 1 week. We'll see, okay? And if you, again, kind of participate more in class, ask around your questions, comments, ask me about related topics, not only what we're discussing at the moment. That'll be really good. Okay, that will improve our communication, interaction between me and the students, perhaps between the students as well. That was some of the comments from the MOE. I'm repeating myself, I know that's for those who just joined recently. Okay, so if you go to Moodle, I will try to post all of the material that you will need here. If you want, I can recommend you a textbook to buy. But you will not have to buy a textbook because I will try to provide everything you need on Moodle. Perhaps you couldn't hear me very well. That was because I was stepping away to grab a textbook. Let me see if I stop sharing. This is a textbook that I like quite a lot. I've been using this textbook for a few years already. Okay, so if you would like to get a textbook, mostly any textbook about corporate finance or financial management will be the same, will be fine. Corporate finance and financial management is basically the same name for the different name for the same course. So either of this sort of textbooks will be fine. You don't have to have them. They can be helpful if you kind of prepare for the exams, because usually textbooks have a lot of questions for you at the end of every chapter. Okay, going back to Moodle, I will try to post all of the materials you need here, both in the form of video explanations, video lectures, as well as lecture notes, so that you can read more details in those PDF files. And I actually suggest you guys do that, because I might skip something in the video explanations. We're all humans, I might forget some subsection of the PDF files, subsection of the chapters. All of that should be in those written notes, lecture notes. So go through both the video and written notes. Okay. Then a bit more details here on Moodle. You know where to find me. Let's go back to where finding me. That's contact information. You know where to find me, but again, let's have this. We are submitting the report on this class to the MOE, so I gotta have everything, gotta show everything. Here are my office hours, okay? But as you know, I'm in my office most of the time, so you can, if you can find me in my office, you can come around and ask your questions anytime. It doesn't have to be during these office hours, okay? I have classes here. The one interesting class is over here on Thursday, knowledge management. That kind of turns out to be interesting one because it's a master's course class. I haven't been teaching in IMBA for quite a few years, so that's kind of interesting. Anyway, what else? Learning objectives. Just as I said, we're gonna build on what we have learned last semester, okay? So we've already covered financial statements, bond market, stock markets, and this time we'll move on into cost of capital, capital structure. We'll build up on our understanding of investment criteria, okay? What we finished with last semester. Actually, let's skip over here into the course introduction. What we finished with last semester was actually investment criteria, okay, all under this big umbrella of capital budgeting. And what I want to do this semester is go over that chapter again, because a lot of what's coming next relies on your proper understanding of capital budgeting, relies on your proper understanding of investment criteria. And remember, there are different investment criteria, or there are different methods to evaluate investments. We could look at NPV, we could look at IRR, we could look at average accounting return, and so on, right? So this semester we'll, next week, today I'm just gonna take it easy with you guys. Next week we'll start with review of NPV. We'll move on to other investment criteria over the next couple of weeks. And then we'll jump into seriously new material, okay? That'll be quite interesting. What else we have here on Moodle? One thing we haven't looked at yet is the assessment, the most interesting part perhaps for you guys. So it's nice that you are here, okay? I'm gonna check attendance in a minute because I'm going to grade you for attending these live classes. After all, I have to submit these reports to the Ministry of Education. I already got the comments from the past that I need to have more interaction between me and the students, as well as among the students. So I want you to be in these online classes, okay? So I'm gonna give 3 points for that. We're only gonna meet 3 times, at least according to plan, perhaps more frequently. So just for coming to class, I'm gonna give you 3 points. That's quite a lot, right? That's like 10% of an exam, okay? Every time you come here, you get about 1 point, right? So I'm gonna check attendance in a minute once I'm finished talking about this. Then, just like for financial management, throughout the semester, we will have perhaps 3 or so topics to discuss in the forum on Moodle, okay? Let me go to Financial Management 1 to remind you how it looked like. So we might have some sort of general questions to discuss, such as this, okay, where I pose a question and you guys share your opinion. There's no right or wrong answer. This is where you share your opinion. We don't usually calculate A plus B equals C in these sort of discussions, okay? Let me admit Paul Chan here. And then, going back to Financial Management 1, Financial Management 2 this semester, admitting somebody else here, okay, going back to Moodle. So that's the second part of the assessment. I'll give it 7 points. That's quite a lot. Say we have only 3 forums, 7 divided by 3 is more than 2 points for just writing a couple of paragraphs, sharing your opinion on a given topic, okay? And just as last semester as well, you will have your practice sessions every week, okay, or almost every week. Today there is no practice session, for example, and I'll give 30 points for all of those. So each session is worth perhaps around 3 points. depending on how many we will have during the semester, right? And as usual, midterm and final exam, each 30 points. That's the assessment. Okay, so I think I've covered mostly everything about the class in general, right? Let me stop sharing. Okay. So let's check attendance, and after that, if you would like to have a chat about anything, we can do so, all right? Otherwise, it's basically all that I've planned as a gentle intro to the class, and we'll start some serious study next week. Okay, now, because I can't really read Chinese yet, perhaps I'll learn that sometime, can you guys type your student IDs in this chat box right now, say over the next 30 seconds. Okay, let's see, we have 15 participants, one of them is me, so that's perhaps 14 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, a couple of students are perhaps connected from Family Mart, just doing their things. By the way, for those who have joined recently, okay, Paul, Chen, Nicholas, you disappeared, I saw you before, right? Many others. Can you guys turn on the videos? Can you guys turn on the camera? Okay, we'll have to have a bit more interaction. Rightio. Okay, so frankly speaking, that's all I prepared for today. Anything you guys want to discuss? So for the future, okay, I see some kind of shy smiles and stuff like that. I'm also shy, especially when I have to go to the classroom with like, what, 70, 80 students, come on. Especially if I'm not prepared for class. What I'm gonna do with 70, 80 students. Like for example, this semester, this statistics class, I'm not complaining, but I'm just sharing some interesting stories with you guys. It's really, really huge. We don't fit into the computer lab, so we have to move to the general big lecture hall. So the students in statistics don't have a computer in front of them. I'll have to deal with that, I guess, somehow. Yeah. But it's all good, right? If you, wait, my chair is nearly broken. If you learn to, I don't know, pose your questions in public, if you learn to share your opinion verbally, not only typing from the keyboard, right, that will help you in future. 2 years from now, you graduate, you go for a job interview. You'll have to be able to speak well. You'll have to be able to be eloquent. That's the ability to speak well, right? Take, for example, a couple of candidates. One from ESHO, one from, I don't know, say NCKU or NTU, a very strong university, right? Assume you're more eloquent. Basically, your speaking abilities, your communication abilities are better because you have studied here at ESHO, mostly through the medium of instruction of English language, right? Let's say the other candidate is perhaps more knowledgeable because the university is quite reputable. But at the job interview, you present yourself, you communicate much better, much stronger. You will have a better chance, right? So don't be shy to speak. If you want to ask me anything, ask me about the holidays, ask me whatever, here's the chance, all right? Otherwise, nothing else planned. So, you guys want to chat about anything? Okay,
Professor,
I guess.
later, are you in the office, like around lunch time, something?
Lunchtime? Well, I might be out during the lunchtime, so somewhere between like 12 o'clock and 10 past 1. But other than that, I'm in the office up until the lunchtime and just after the lunchtime.
Okay, thank you.
Most of the time I'm in the office. I do come here most of the days of the week. You saw my schedule. I have to teach 4 out of the 5 working days. So I'm here most of the time. It's pretty easy to find me. All right. Anything else? Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye bye.
you.